Right.
All right, it's still loading for me.
You said it's still loading for you?
Yeah.
Well, it says it's live for me.
Oh yeah. Okay, we are live. All right, we are live now. All right. You're live on my channel. Okay. Hello guys, what's going on? Welcome to my live stream. I have a special guest with me on my channel here today. His name is Jordan Green. He has a YouTube channel, and I thought, let me tell you the little story. I thought, let me
Wait,
try to get a collab with him. Let me try to get,
hold on real quick, man. Before you go any further,
okay.
I'm not sure if they can hear this, but your audio is doubling like
It's
really, really
doubling.
hard right now.
Okay, okay.
I can hear the whatchamacallit. I can hear my own voice too, doubling.
Hello, hello, mic test. Is it doubling? I
It's
had another tab open.
there's like a yeah, it's there's like a good 5 to 7 second delay
Okay, I did have
for
another
both of our
tab. I
voices.
just I just closed it. Testing, mic test. Are we doubled?
Give it a few seconds. Yeah, it's still doubling.
Still doubling. Okay.
He said it sounds fine to me, so it might just be me. Can you hear the doubling?
I don't hear the doubling.
You don't hear the doubling. Okay, that's
Excuse us, viewers. We're having a little trouble with the audio.
a few technical difficulties, but we'll get through it.
We will.
Let me see. Try here, sound, input, put there. That's weird, dude. I can hear my own voice too. Like they're both doubling. That has never happened to me before. Okay, let me try something real quick. Oh shit. Okay. Say something?
Hello, hello.
All right, we're good. We're good. We're good.
We're good now. Okay.
We're good. Awesome.
All right. Awesome. All right. Here we go. My I'm my name is Ethan the Life Slayer. Ethan the Life Slayer. Quick short story short. I reached out to Jordan. I asked if I can get an interview with him. He has his channel has 128,000 subscribers on YouTube, so he knows what he's doing with his YouTube channel. So I thought, let me set up an interview. I asked and I received, and here we are now. All right,
Yes, sir.
welcome Jordan Green.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about how to grow a YouTube channel. We may have some viewers out there wanting to grow a YouTube channel, such as me. I didn't realize how hard it was to grow a YouTube channel. Any thoughts on that, Jordan?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't understand, man. It looks easy from the outside looking in. And here's something that I'll say, okay, just a little paradigm shift. So, when you start on YouTube, it seems like you're putting in a lot of work, right? Like you're putting in a lot of work at the
Mhm.
start because you're working for free, right?
Okay.
And of course, as you start making money, the work is relatively less. Even though you're doing, like, I work harder right now than I ever have on YouTube. But to me, it's easy because it's my full time job. I get paid for it. So it's like that's kind of the first thing that you have to understand is that when you're working for free, it's always going to seem harder. Now, as far as growing your YouTube channel goes, I think that there's a lot of different factors that play into that. The number one factor, and I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, man, but it's literally just persistence. You just have to not quit. I've seen a lot of people that had the raw talent, way more talented than I am when it comes to YouTube. And if you haven't seen my old videos, you can go back and watch my first few videos on YouTube, okay? Down horrendous. Pretty much all of my subscribers that have asked me for YouTube advice, they're always better than I was when I first started. Okay, and that's why I leave those videos up. A lot of people, they delete their old videos. I leave those videos up because I want to encourage people to show you that if I could do it, literally anybody can do it. Now, persistence is the most important factor because I can't just sit here and tell you how long it's going to take you, right? And when we talk about growing a YouTube channel, I'm assuming that you want to be monetized and you want to be able to more or less make a living off of it.
That's correct.
Exactly. So I can't tell you how long that'll take for you. For some people, it takes years. For some people, it takes days. But I'll say this, okay? The main factors that go into growing a YouTube channel are individuality, number one. You have to be unique. You have to be original, right? And I feel like when you embrace the things that you're passionate about, which I know we're going to talk about passion later on in the stream, but when you embrace the things that you're passionate about and you showcase that to the world, people are going to gravitate towards you. Because for one, they'll share the same passions as you, the people who do share the same passions as you. And two, they'll be drawn to your delivery, your unique delivery. So for example, if you're familiar with my channel, you might be familiar with Ice Cold JT. And me and him, we cover a lot of the same topics, more or less, but our delivery is just a night and day difference. And some people may prefer my delivery, some people may prefer his delivery, but a lot of people just subscribe to both of us because we have two different styles of delivery that depending on the day, depending on what mood you're in, you may prefer one or the other on any particular day. So that's why it's important to really hone in on your own individuality, your own personality, and really walk your own path. Because if you do that, you'll never be in competition with anyone. Okay, don't ever have the mindset that, oh, this person is taking my views away, or I have to, outperform this YouTuber, or so on and so forth. I feel like that when you're in the scarcity mindset, you're already setting yourself up for failure. So you have to have the abundance mindset and know that, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but think about how many people get on YouTube every single day. Just think about dude, it's got to be hundreds of millions, if not billions of people on YouTube every single day. So it's I can get my 100,000 subscribers, bro.
Definitely.
Out of all those people, there's got to be, you can't tell me that there's not 100,000 people out there who aren't fucking with you, man.
There's got to be.
That. There has to be.
Yeah.
So focus on those people. And how do you focus on those people? You focus on those people by being yourself. And then as you go on, I feel like you learn more of the technical aspects of it, the marketing and the titles, thumbnails, things like that. I'd recommend using searchable and or provocative titles if you can. And also just working on just trying different thumbnail styles to see what works and what doesn't. Something that I always do, anytime somebody reaches out to me for a consultation or anything like that, as it pertains to YouTube, is I'll sort their videos by most popular. And we just figure out what all of their top videos have in common. And if you do that, you can just reverse engineer your success and figure out the common denominator between those videos and simply replicate that success all the way to the point that you're monetized and able to make a living off of it. But you really have to hone in on your own individuality, man, because I always say, I'm built different, you're built different, everyone is built different. And that's what people are drawn to, especially in this day and age where individuality is a commodity more than any other time in human history. So just being yourself and being persistent, not quitting, that is literally all it takes. And like I said, the marketing, the logistic, all of that stuff, you learn that as you go, just through the persistence. Because all the stuff that I know, I can give you all the technical knowledge, but average view duration, click-through rate, that's stuff that you pick up on as you go. This took me years to acquire this knowledge. So just keep going, basically. Be yourself and keep going.
Okay. So what I picked up from what you said, what I really like what you said is to be persistent. And it sounds like a lot of this is from your personal experience. You can't tell someone exactly what to do on how to grow a channel to get these certain amount of numbers. It's more of just being persistent, like you said. Be yourself, and eventually you'll find those viewers that are out there, because they're out there. We have like 8 billion
Exactly.
people on the planet, 7 billion.
Exactly.
At least a billion are on the internet every day. Half a million, half a billion at least. So there's gotta be those viewers out there. Okay. That was awesome.
Exactly.
Awesome experience that you shared with me and the viewers. We appreciate that. I'm sure the people that are trying to grow their channel appreciate that. And you said that you left your old videos on your channel so people can look back and see where you came from. And
Yeah.
that's awesome that you did that.
For
I'm going
sure,
through
man.
that.
For sure.
I'm going through that as well. I'm learning to I only have like about 100 videos on my channel. Half of them are from my old videos when I used to do music reactions, and I switched up my content, and I enjoy making self-improvement, how to be self-confident, how to calisthenic videos. So I'm starting to find my niche. But all right, that was awesome. Awesome knowledge that you shared. We're going to hop into the next topic. All right, here
For
we
sure.
go. Let's talk about having a 9 to 5 job. Am I going to work a 9 to 5 job for the rest of my life? What are your thoughts on this? A 9 to
All
5
right,
job.
man. So I have, I guess you could say, controversial thoughts regarding the 9 to 5. So you guys know that anybody who's familiar with me, anyways, knows that I don't ever plan on working another job for the rest of my life. Now, here's my thing, okay? I always tell people, and I see this so often, man, and it really frustrates me. But I'll see people that have so much potential to do what it is that they genuinely want to do, but they let their job prevent them from doing it. And here's my thing, okay? Especially if you're young. If you have dreams that, well, first of all, let me just preface this by saying this, bro.
Okay.
Your job should be a tool. It should be a resource, a stepping stone to help you start living or start crafting the framework for the life that you want to live. Okay? So, for example, in my case, I worked at H&M for what? A year or so, like not I don't even think a year, bro. I worked at H&M
Okay.
for a while to acquire the resources to buy equipment before I was monetized so I can invest in my channel. Now, once I had all the equipment that I needed, I quit because at that point I started to see
Hmm.
diminishing returns. The opportunity cost of not being able to work on content in those hours that I was at H&M, it was too great for me. So I feel like once you have everything that you need out of that job, once you hit that dollar amount that you said that you needed to save up to go full time on your creative endeavors or your entrepreneurial path, whatever it may be, quit. Okay, quit because for one, you can always go back and get another job, especially if you have experience in the 9 to 5 in corporate America or in the service industry, whatever. But also because you'll never have more time than you have right now. You have to start
Hmm.
valuing your time over your money because the longer you wait to take that leap of faith, the more risky that decision will become because you'll have less time to recover.
Okay.
So
Excuse me. You're talking to the young guys right now.
I'm talking to everyone, man.
Everybody. Okay.
Everyone. I mean, I feel here's the thing. You're you're never going to be as young as you are right now ever again.
Okay.
Every single day you are getting closer and closer to the day that you are no longer on this earth. So, in other words, taking that leap of faith by quitting your job today is a much less risky decision than it will be tomorrow because you'll have that extra day of time, right? And
Hmm.
people will let years pass by where they don't take that leap of faith. And by the time they finally develop the courage, it's too late. You know, they've already settled into their lives and, you know, they've become so comfortable with where they're at. So you have to utilize time. You have to utilize the leverage of your youth, which is constantly diminishing. In other words, quit your job. Once you no longer need to work at that job, quit. Because if you're putting in part-time effort into your personal endeavors, you can't expect full-time results.
Okay. All right. That is awesome knowledge right there. You have
Thank
personal
you.
experience from that, and look what it did. You went from little bit of subscribers, and looks like that worked out for you. You jumped to 128 subscribers. You went full time on it.
Yeah.
You took the leap of faith. and look how it turned out. That's really awesome advice, and this is real personal experience. You're not just saying this just to say it. All right,
Sure.
we're jumping into the next topic. Let's talk about having a passion for something. Can I turn my passion into a career? We sort of went into this, but maybe you can speak on this.
Yeah, man, absolutely. In this day and age, man, with the internet, I mean, opportunities are boundless, bro. If you have a passion, it's really just a matter of putting it out there and finding your audience. Because I promise you, no matter what your passion is, bro, you might have the most what you think is the most niche passion out there. You might be into let me think of some just different shit, bro. You might be into playing like cornhole on Wednesdays while it's snowing outside or something. I promise you, bro, there's at least 100,000 people out there with the same exact passion as you. I promise you that, no matter what your passion is. So it's really just a matter of continuously putting yourself out there and staying true to your passion. Don't switch up your passion for the sake of bringing in an audience, because then you're going to bring in the wrong audience. So embrace your passion and put it out there for the world to see. And then you'll just attract other people that are also passionate about that thing. And as far as turning it into a career, with an audience, with a platform comes leverage. Okay, and with leverage comes monetization through, for example, Google AdSense, right? On YouTube. You can put ads on your videos and make money from that. Or you can do sponsorships, maybe sponsorships related to your passion. So maybe your passion is basketball, for example, and I don't know, you get a sponsorship with SeatGeek or DraftKings or one of those websites where it correlates with your passion. So it's all about getting that audience, just generating an audience or a platform where you can use it as leverage to sell your passion to other people who are already passionate about the same thing.
Okay. All right. This is a completely different topic. I enjoyed the YouTube advice and knowledge that you shared. Really valuable stuff. This live stream will still be on my channel for anybody that is interested in watching it again, because I am definitely gonna watch this again. Completely different topic now. We're talking about dating, women, girls. All right. Jordan does talk about this on his channel, but you get to hear it live right now. Let's talk about women. I really want a girlfriend. What should I do?
So if you want a girlfriend, the first thing you need to do is evaluate the relationship with yourself, right? And I always tell people you have to love yourself before you can be in a relationship, because a relationship is founded upon two principles: giving love and receiving love. Now, if you don't have any love within yourself because you don't love yourself, you have nothing to give to anyone. How can you love someone if you don't even love yourself? But also, what ends up happening to a lot of people is because they don't love themselves, they self-sabotage. They reject love, they push it away. And I think a lot of us, we can probably relate to that, where either we've been on the receiving end of that, where somebody tried to love us and we weren't ready for it and we just kind of pushed it away, or we were on the giving end of that, where we tried to give somebody love, but they rejected it because they weren't ready for it. And I mean, it's a very painful experience on either side. So I think it's just about learning to love yourself first, enough to, for one, love being alone. Okay, you have to love your own company, because you got to think about it. If you don't enjoy your own company, why would a girl enjoy your company? Right? Like, and you have to like
Yes.
really, you got to put things into perspective like that, man. Like, for example, I think I talk about this in a video. I haven't released a video yet. It's coming out very soon,
Okay.
but a lot of guys, they say they want a girl who is gonna ride with them. Oh, I want a girl who's gonna be with me even in my lowest times. But in your lowest times, you hate yourself. So what do you really want? Okay, you want somebody to give you the love that you're refusing to give yourself. That's why you have to give it to yourself first, because what I've found in my experience is that no amount of external validation can ever substitute the lack of inner validation. It just can't. So you have to stop waiting for people to give you permission to love yourself. Love yourself first, and then not only will you be able to find a relationship because you'll be more attractive to people, but you'll be able to attract a relationship that is actually meaningful in the context of your life. It's the same thing with the passion thing that we were talking about just now. If
Yeah.
you are not being yourself, right? And this is why like I don't give too specific dating advice on my channel. I just say be confident, Because if I tell you, okay, you need to say this to this girl and you need to take these exact steps, what ends up happening is, yeah, you might get in the door, but you won't stay in the room for very long. Because once they see that you're fraudulent, that you're not actually who you presented yourself as, why would they want to be with you? Right? Because for one, you're not compatible, and two, you're a liar. And I think that any self-respecting person, they're not going to want to be with that type of person. So it's really just about loving yourself enough to be yourself and be patient. Be patient, man. You might not meet the love of your life in your 20s, and that's okay, because that person will be worth the wait. You only have to find that person one time, and
Yeah.
that's it.
That was awesome advice. Sounds like Jordan did do some leveling up in his personal life. Sounds like you went through experiences and you're really strong. You're strong. You're articulate, and you know what you feel, and you understand what you feel.
Sure.
All right. With this ties us into the next banner. Our next topic:
Mhm.
self improvement. We're gonna talk about self improvement. Why should I self improve? I've always been a loser, or these are some thoughts people may have, or I'll always be a loser. I will never get a girlfriend. I'll never be successful.
All right, man. So self improvement, the first thing that you guys need to understand is self improvement has to come from the abundance mindset, right? And a lot of people, what happens is they don't love themselves. They have that negative self talk of, I'm a loser. I'm never going to get a girlfriend. I'm never going to be rich. I'm never going to get in shape. And when you have that negative self talk, what ends up happening is your actions match that. Okay, you're always going to act in accordance. Okay, let me frame it like this. Out of every action that you take a day, I mean, you probably take hundreds of thousands of actions a day. The action to move your hand, every little action that you take, every decision that you make. How many of those decisions are conscious versus subconscious? Okay, the vast majority of them are going to be subconscious, because it would just completely, you would override the capacity that your brain has to give if you try to consciously make every decision. And that's just a
Right.
general rule of thumb in life, is that most of your decisions are subconscious. Now, what determines your subconscious decisions? It's your subconscious self-perception. So anything that doesn't fall into alignment with the way that you view yourself is going to create a lot of friction, a lot of resistance, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. And that's why, I mean, it's good to do self-improvement just to kind of kickstart that process, to get that momentum going. My self-development journey started from that down bad moment in my life. But at the same time, it's not sustainable. At some point, you're going to have to start loving yourself where you are right now, and then continue to move on your self-improvement journey because you love yourself, not so that you can love yourself. Because you got to think about it. You're always going to have room to improve. So when are you going to start loving yourself? If you have limitless potential, you have no choice but to either love yourself now or never love yourself. So it starts with self-love, man. It starts with self-love, and that answers the question of, why should I self-improve? I self-improve because I love myself, right? It's just a natural way of living that is in accordance with the way that I view myself. I know that I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to have money. I deserve to live a certain type of life, or just feel a certain type of way, because I love myself. And that's the biggest paradigm shift that I think a lot of people fail to make on their self-development journeys, and that's why they end up quitting. Is because they don't love themselves, or they're making their self-love contingent upon external factors, which, like I said, is not sustainable. Now, another thing about self-improvement that I think a lot of people kind of neglect to see, and this is something that I definitely try to propagate, and I've been talking about it for pretty much the entirety of this stream, is the self aspect of self-improvement. A lot of people look at the improvement aspect of it. Oh, I need to go to the gym, I need to do all of this, but they don't look at the self aspect. They're trying to improve, but they don't know who they are. They're trying to build a building, a big ass skyscraper with no foundation, right? And what ends up happening? It collapses. The slightest wind, the whole thing collapses. So you have to have a good sense of self first. Focus on being yourself, embracing who you are, and that starts with self-love. Okay, love yourself enough to be who you are, and then from there, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. And that's going to help you in any endeavor in life, whether it be YouTube or any other entrepreneurial endeavor, even working a 9 to 5, or just anything in that field, in that aspect of your life, and also your relationship life. Being the best version of yourself, you're going to attract people who belong in your life. And I mean, like I said earlier, you're never going to have competition if you do that, because nobody can be a better version of you than you could be of yourself. And vice versa. You can't be a better version of anyone else than they can be of themselves. And something that I always like to say, man, is that we assign value based on 2 factors, as usefulness and scarcity. The usefulness comes from the improvement aspect, but the scarcity comes from the self aspect. If you're being yourself, you're literally one of a kind. Nobody can ever replicate you. So if you focus on self-improvement, in that order, self-improvement, that's when you can become your most valuable self. You can provide the most value to other people, and people will naturally gravitate towards you.
Awesome. That deserves a round of applause. You really know what you're talking about. You're a real human being. You've experienced life. You're not a robot just saying stuff. We're trying to
For sure.
get likes. You sound genuine. You're speaking your truth. That's awesome. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna they're taking in value right now. I am. This is something that I can't remember off the top. Like I'm gonna watch this live again, and really not. There's a lot of good stuff in here.
For sure.
All right. In this interview, in this interview, we cover how to grow a YouTube channel, working a 9 to 5 job. It can be used as a tool, investing in your passion. There's other people that likes the passion that you like. How to get a girlfriend, which is by loving yourself. Why you should self-improve. Self-improve starts from you being yourself. All right, this has been a great interview. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
We can still answer some questions.
I was
You have any
gonna
more
get. I
questions
was
for
gonna
me or
get.
anything? Yeah.
I was gonna get to that part. Excuse me. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Ethan the Life Slayer, and Jordan's channel, Jordan Green, on YouTube. All right, that is the end of the questions, like the professional questions, the
Sure.
base questions for the interview, and now it's me and Jordan right now, not pre-thought questions. So Jordan, this is my first time meeting you.
Sure.
I'm a viewer to your channel for about a year now, and I've seen your channel grow, and it's really impressed me. And well, I started my own channel as Ethan the Life Slayer. That's it covers. What that means is basically trying to slay negative self-talk, slay any problems in life, a self-improvement channel, pretty much. So what made you start YouTube? What made you want to be a YouTuber? What made that happen?
Man, there wasn't just any definite moment that made me decide to be a YouTuber, but when I look back, it all made sense. I think naturally I have a very equal distribution of left and right brain. Like I'm just as much logical as I am creative, and that alone limits a lot of endeavors, right? Like, I mean, being an accountant, that's not an option for me because there's no creativity in that. But then, maybe being a painter it's not really in the cards either for me. So doing something like YouTube, it allows me to integrate the business side with the creative side, and those are 2 things that I'm very, very passionate about. And I guess as far as what made me take that leap, I started off posting. I posted like basketball videos, man. It was very
Yeah,
sporadic. No intentions of actually being a YouTuber, right? I mean, the limiting beliefs were very, very strong. Wasn't even a thought in my mind. I was just more so posting them for fun. But I think I had around 75 subscribers from doing the basketball videos, and I dropped out of school. I dropped out of college, and we could talk about that later if you want. But
okay.
I dropped out of college, and literally the only reason why I made this video, man, is because I knew people would ask me why I dropped out, and I didn't want to have to keep telling my story over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So I just said, okay, let me just make a video, and then if anybody asks me, if any of my friends want to know, any of my family members want to know, I can just link them to the video, and they can get that full context. And
Yeah.
so I made that video, man, off my phone, completely off my phone. I filmed it, edited it off the phone. Not even an iPhone, man. I had a what was it? An LG G6. An LG
Yeah.
G6, bro. Filmed the video, edited the video. It took me a week to edit the video, man. And the video is terrible too. You guys can go and watch it. Um, and I made that video, and like once I got over that initial fear of just putting my face on camera and talking on camera, I realized I actually kind of like this. It wasn't just like a love at first sight type of thing. It
Yeah.
was like, man, this is like, especially when contrasting it with college, where I was kind of just miserable, right? And like it's like, oh, I kind of like this. Like this is kind of cool, So I
Yeah.
made another video the next week, and then I made another video the week after that, and I just never stopped posting. Like literally all the way up until where I am now, where I have like, I think I'm somewhere between 800 and 900 videos right now. I just never stop.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just fell into it. I just fell into it. And like I said, in retrospect, it all makes sense. But actually, I have a question for you, though. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you said that you used to make music reactions, yeah?
I did. Yeah.
So how did you go from that to self improvement? Because I feel like almost every self development YouTuber started
Yeah.
off doing something else, but then they transition into self development. So like, did you just have a light bulb moment, or was it like a gradual process?
Well, I did. I really wanted to make a YouTube channel. Um, I could see a future in it. I picked music just like, okay, yeah, music something I like. I can react to any type of music. But then I don't know, I don't think I made a mistake, but I stopped making music, like making music reactions, because I thought that in the future I wouldn't be able to get monetized since it'll be
Yeah,
copyrighted.
yeah,
So then I thought, okay, well, I thought of that, so let me do something else. And I like being creative. I like creating what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, using emotion to the video. So then I really got gravitated towards your channel and Ice Cold JT's channel, Steph is Cold, all the self improvement. But then I started to think like, nah, I'm not good enough. Like I gotta have muscles, I gotta have experience, I gotta have the nice car so people can respect me, and then I can start the channel. But then months passed by. I'm like, I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of trying to tick those boxes like that. I have to have this. I have to have that. And then, have you ever heard of the YouTube Hamza?
yeah,
The YouTuber?
for sure,
Okay.
for
Well, he
sure.
did say one thing that he said that really stuck in my mind was, why don't you be the Jeffrey by starting his channel so other Jeffreys can relate to you,
Yes,
so they can relate to you. And I was like, that's not a bad idea. So then I made improvement videos or content, and I thought, okay, this is great because this will be a documentation of my journey, and other people can relate to it. And for the haters, they can say, oh, you got this quick, or like, no, go look at my videos 2 years ago, and they'll be
yeah,
like, oh, you were a skinny kid, you were in this situation. But it's not just for the haters, but it's for me also and for the viewers. And I really like the self improvement because you can never be at your highest. You can always keep growing and growing. So I thought, okay, this is what I like to do, and I enjoy working out because I have it's never gonna stop going up. So I have endless days of making videos on working out, getting better. So I thought, okay, this is for me, making the self improvement channel. This is for my growth and for other people to benefit also. So yeah,
for sure.
that's how I started my channel right there.
For sure, man. That's
Yeah,
golden advice from Hamza, by the way, bro. That's
yeah,
something that I also forgot to mention earlier.
hmm
Is a lot of people, man. A lot of people have that same problem. A lot of like, you'd be surprised, man, how many emails I get and how many people just tell me like, bro, I don't see like, and that creates a limiting belief in their minds. It's like, why would people watch me? But the reason why people are watching you is because they resonate with you, and also because you are turning your channel into one big story. And that's pretty much the essence of marketing in a nutshell. It's just storytelling.
okay,
Ultimately, like the advice that I give on YouTube, I like to believe I'm a pretty insightful person, but I'm not giving advice that's never been given before. I don't think there is a piece of advice that's never been given before. But people gravitate towards me because they resonate with my story, right? And my story it falls right in line with who I am. And the same goes for any other YouTuber, right? Like you fall in love with the story. So to
Yeah.
see that come up in real time, because to your point, you're always going to have room for improvement, right? To see that come up in real time,
Yeah.
that's always going to resonate with people, man. Is like, and that's going to inspire them more than anything. And that I feel like as a YouTuber, that should always be the goal, is to inspire people, because that's what brings the most fulfillment. Like, if I like anytime I somebody sees me in public or even at the meet and greet, me and High School JT did a meet and greet recently
Yeah.
in LA, and it was it was just such a beautiful experience because I mean there were a few people were like, oh man, yeah, like I love your content, but the ones that really stuck out to me were like, bro, you changed my life. And to me, as a self-development YouTuber, that's what you want to hear.
Wow.
You changed my life, and that's something that I always strive for, is to like just influence those people to really get on their shit. And that's like my approach. I think in that way is a little different from a lot of other self-development YouTubers. Not to say that it's better or worse, but generally speaking, I focus a lot more on the impact than like making a good video. To me, a good video is an impactful video. If it changes somebody's life, it's a good video, in my opinion. Views, whatever, all that stuff, that's arbitrary. But you can have one person watch one of your videos, and that person can go on to change the world. And
Yeah.
so that's like, you can't quantify your impact through just the numbers. And that to me is, that's one of the most beautiful things about self-development, is that you're kind of living beyond the analytics in a sense.
That is true. I have 30 viewers on my channel right now, but that's just not numbers. That's not just to YouTube, that may be small. There could I could be like Ninja, having 26,000 viewers or whatever, how many viewers he has. Like, oh yeah, that's numbers, that's money. But for someone that just likes the numbers, they could be like, they wouldn't like the 30 viewers right now. They'd be like, oh, that's it. Like, man, I quit this YouTube channel. Like, it's tough. But no, those are people. Those
Yes,
aren't phones. Those are people watching the phone. They're hearing us right now. We're in a room right now with 30 people watching us, listening to us right now. And I started to see it that way, and I can't stop because those I have 30 people watching me. So why would I? That's disrespectful to them. Like, oh, 30 people, you're not good enough. It has to be 1,000. And that's disrespectful to the viewers and to me.
exactly.
So yeah, that's the viewers. I don't really pay attention to the viewers. I'm starting like, all right, I'll pay attention to the viewers 6 months from now or a month from now, and then I can reevaluate and see okay, what content's good, what content's not. But right now, just work, and that's it. Just work, and the people will come. They will come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Like I think I love your point about those are people, because when you said there are 30 people, there were give or take 30 or 40 people at the meet and greet at like the peak. And
Okay.
to like see that many people, that blew my
Yeah.
mind. Cuz I'm like, bro, like that's a lot of people. Like in real life, I mean
Yeah.
that's a whole classroom. That's a whole entire
Yeah.
classroom of people. So it's like people don't really understand the implications. It's something I always like to say to people, bro. If they're feeling down about their viewers, let's say for example you're doing a stream and you have like 10 people in the stream, right? And people will feel like they'll feel so, and I understand, like, because it's hard. It can be hard to separate the numbers from the impact at times. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
perfect by any means, but imagine getting jumped by 10 people. Just think about that. Think about, well, like, it's over for you, bro. Like there's
Yeah.
no amount of karate or nothing is gonna save you from that situation, bro. If you're getting jumped by 10 people, it's over. So that's a great way to quantify, like, bro, 10 people is actually a lot. And I remember, man, this is when I had a very big paradigm shift, bro. It was summer of 2021. It was June of 2021. I think I had just hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I mean that was already crazy to me. But
Yeah.
I went to my cousin's graduation, her high school graduation, and it was in this community college in like the basketball, like the auditorium.
Okay.
And I was looking around, and I mean it was pretty packed, man. It was pretty packed, and I was just thinking in my head, like, bro, this is probably at most 4,000 people, and it blew my mind, man. It
Yeah.
completely blew my mind because, like, I'm like, bro, what does 50,000 look like? I mean, dude, that's like a whole
Crazy.
NFL stadium. Like that shit, and
Yeah.
that shit's crazy, man. Like when you just see a number on your screen, it's like, oh yeah, it's just a number. But I mean, imagine a lot of people, man. they can't give a public speech in front of like 20 or 30 people. They'll fold. So it's just like that's a great way to put things into perspective, man, for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, 4,000 people, and then you had 50,000 people.
Blew my
That
mind,
is this big old stadium right there. That's crazy. That really crazy.
for sure.
Okay, one thing that popped up in my head during this interview was you mentioned Ice Cold JT and like the development, like seeing it live on someone's channel, getting inspired. I'm not trying to crack jokes at Ice Cold JT, but his his nut videos, his no fat videos, they're so funny, and but they're so meaningful. Where he came from, you watch his channel? You
Yeah,
made a collab with him, yeah.
for
So
sure.
what are your thoughts on his channel?
Man, Ice Cold JT. I think
Yeah,
there's two like perspectives of that. There's the perspective of as a viewer, just like having seen his channel and seeing that come up, like seeing when he was just the guy who would just comment on everybody's self improvement videos,
yeah,
every single video, bro,
yeah,
every video without fail. And then there's the perspective of being in the Airbnb with him and just seeing the behind the scenes of his mindset, right? And that's when I realized like me and him, we have very different mindsets when it comes to content, but ultimately like that man really, really cares. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like we both care, but we care in different ways. If that makes sense. Like that man is the definition of a perfectionist. I mean, absolutely. Like, and I saw like a few people reached out to me because they're like, "Yo, like is Ice Cold JT good? Like he hasn't posted in a couple of weeks." And like I saw why. Like when we got to the Airbnb and like we were setting up the stream because we did 3 collab streams back to back to back. Me,
yeah,
my channel, his channel, and Bryce Wilson's channel. And it was like he was like, "Nah, move the camera a little bit this way because you don't want to get like this in the frame." I was like, "Man, like I got to take notes. Like this, you know, his mindset is different,
yeah,
you know." And that was very very inspirational to me. So I feel like with Ice Cold JT, once you see the behind the scenes of how a creator thinks, it shifts your paradigm and it gives you a whole new level of respect for their content. But as far as just like from a viewer perspective, I mean, I knew JT was gonna blow up from the get go, man. Like, like
yeah,
once I saw a few of his videos, I was like, okay, this dude is like, yeah, like he even from when he was like smaller per se, he already
yeah,
had a cult following. So I could tell like, okay, he's just like, and he's a great example of just being yourself. If you just be
yeah.
yourself, like there cannot be another Ice Cold JT, bro. There
Nah,
can't. So it's like him being himself. He's in his own lane, bro. Nobody can compete with him, and that's the beauty of just being who you are, bro. Is that you attract people who like you for you, and he's the same way in real life too. For anyone who hasn't had the privilege of meeting him, he's the same way in real life. You can you can have a serious conversation with him without him, you know, going into the
yeah.
theatrics, but he's the same way in real life, man. Like the energy is still there. That man is always smiling all the time, like and stuff like that, bro. That's why I think it's great to you know, for any of you who didn't have the chance to go to the meet and greet, man, like if you ever have a chance to go and meet your favorite content creators in person, do it. Just do it because you'll see like I don't know. I just feel like it's a great experience for sure.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that with me. That's
For
nice to
sure.
hear. You met Ice Cold. I'll just say JT. You met JT in real life. That's awesome. Y'all
For
right
sure.
now, maybe you may not consider this, but y'all are celebrities to me. To
That's
me, you
crazy, bro.
are. You're
Jesus, man.
celebrities to me.
That's crazy.
You are celebrities.
I don't think like when you get to 100K or like when you hit those numbers, bro, like you'll
Yeah.
see it doesn't your mindset doesn't change as much as you think it does, bro. It's just because you get so entrenched in the process of just continuously growing your channel
Okay.
that you don't really stop to think that like oh like bro it really wasn't until relatively recently that I realized like bro people are like bro let me sit here and watch this Jordan Green video like it never like registered with me because I'm just
Yeah.
so focused on creating content. So I don't know. I just like I can't wait to see as you grow, you know, how you just it comes full circle. It always comes full circle, bro.
Yeah. There's a channel that I watch. It goes by Ali Ben Harris. Shout out to him. He posts out self improvement videos on for young men in his channel. And one thing he always mentions up He mentions a man named Jim Ron, and he always says this quote. You know who Jim Ron is?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, Jim Ron would. This is the quote that Ali would always say: "Success is not something you chase; it's something you attract." And then once you said that, once you got to 100K, it's not like, oh, like I'm at 100K, like you just kept working. And I think that's. Do you have any like thoughts on that? Like you just kept working, you
Yeah.
attracted it.
The thing is like, I will say this, just to be as blunt as possible, success is addicting. I mean, it's addicting, like when you
Okay.
see results. So like, it's kind of like if you're in the gym and you see yourself getting swole, getting lean, whatever you're looking to get, you want to go back. You're looking forward to your next gym session because you know the shit is working. So I feel like
Okay.
um, you do get lost in just the grind or just the process of building on that momentum. But one thing that I want to touch back on, I mean, with that quote, you attract success. The way that you attract success is by providing value. And it goes right back to self improvement, usefulness, and
Okay.
scarcity. Just like being your best self, that's how you attract value. You attract success by being as valuable as you possibly can.
Okay. That is nice. That's true. Self improvement is to better yourself, not to hog it all up. I mean, you could do that, but you could also give it out to people, and then
Yeah,
people could benefit from that. All right. I want to get personal, and I want to
sure.
share a little bit of my story. I'm not where exactly or where I want to be yet, such as like in money, physical shape, YouTube channel, but I noticed that just going for it, just doing it and whatever it may be, that day that you decide like, yeah, let's do it. It starts to turn into a week, and then it starts to turn into a month, and then it begins to be 2 months. And then when you look back, you're like, all those days felt like they didn't feel like anything, but I
Exactly.
made a little change, and like my life's different. I view myself different. Like I'm not the lazy kid. Like these are thoughts I would have like ever since I've been proving myself. Like I would think like I'm not the lazy kid anymore. I'm ambitious. I'm not looking at on the hub. Like my life's changing just by saying like, all right, I can't change dramatically in one day, but I can change a little bit day by day. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah, I'm a big proponent of getting marginally better every single day because the results are exponential. If you get 1% better every single day, I don't know the math off the top of my head, but by the end of the year, you're going to be more than 1% better, than where you started.
Yeah.
So I think like a lot of time, that's why it's very good to track your progress. I mean, if you can have a YouTube channel, that's great. If that's not your thing, then journaling, taking progress pictures, or just doing things like that is very, very important to remind yourself of like, because as I think back on where I was 2 years ago, I said that my mindset hasn't really changed that much, but it really has. The thing is like it's been such a gradual progression that I didn't even notice. It's just I look back and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like I don't
Okay.
recognize my younger self. And I feel like if you just commit to getting a little bit better every single day, that's inevitable for you. It may not happen in a week, it may not happen in a month, but I guarantee you that if you get better every single day for 2 years, you're going to be a completely different person. And as you continue to build on that momentum, the progress gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That 1% gets bigger and bigger and bigger because you already have momentum working in your favor.
Yeah. I always hear that from YouTube videos like get 1% better every day, get 1% better. 1%, Jordan. That's like this. It's a
Yeah,
spec.
yeah,
But why do they say that? Um we do this is also another thought that we should keep in mind. We have so many days ahead of us if we die naturally. We have so many days ahead of us. But 1% doesn't sound like a lot over time, right? That doesn't
yeah,
sound interesting to someone that wants results right now. That
yeah,
doesn't sound like, oh, my life will get better a year from now, because they always say that like Work right now and see where your life's at a year from now. That doesn't sound intriguing to someone that wants results quick. What would you tell the young man or young woman that is what they say down bad, that wants their life to change and they want it so quick? What's something that you want to tell them?
You need to redefine what quick means to you. Because to your point, if we're assuming that we're going to live very long lives, let's assume you're going to live to be 80,
Yeah,
right? And how old are you, for example?
I'm 20.
Okay, you're 20. So let's say you have a 20-year-old. You're 25% of the way through with your life, assuming you live to be 80, right? So if you think about 2 years, that's not a long time. That's not a long time at all in the grand scheme of things, right? And if that is a long time, like if you're not gonna like, if you're that close to death, then you probably have other things that you need to be worried about, like maybe figuring out that situation, whatever it may be.
Yeah,
So I feel like 2 years, I look back and I'm like, bro, these last 2 years, it feels like a long time because I've changed so much. But in the grand
yeah,
scheme of things, it's only 2 years. Like 2 years, bro, 2 years of you not improving, like that shit will fly by, bro.
yeah,
Like once I said this recently in a community post, but once you turn 20, time starts moving differently. I
yeah,
swear to you, bro, it starts moving completely differently. Like you'll look up, you're like, oh shit, I'm 21, I'm 22. Like, oh shit, like damn, I'm like low key about to be 30,
yeah,
bro. Like in a few years, like that's kind of crazy. So change your perception of what quick means, because 2 years, that's quick. If you could change your life in 2 years, bro, that is
yeah. That's
very, very
awesome.
quick, very quick.
Yeah, that is a good way of thinking about it. Like that is pretty quick, and you're still young. 2 years, you're still young if you're young,
Yeah.
and it really isn't that long. It's sure it's suffering, sure it's pain, but you know, there's also the pain of not trying. There's also the pain. Like I think we all, I think we all think. Like I'll say this for example. Like my first day of work at Chick-fil-A. The first day, it was hard. Like they threw me in, they trained me. I'm like, man, every day is gonna be like this. Like I suck. Like really, this is gonna be tough. And I think that's how we look at self improvement. Or
Yeah.
like, but now I'm like a month in already, and I have more experience. I went through failure, and I don't have the same mindset. I don't have the same attitude, and that's how it's been going on with working out and just trying to self improve. Like I have failures, I have wisdom, experience, and I want to keep going because I know what I learned through those failures is that I'm gonna be all right, and I made progress, even if it's not much, but I still made progress, and that's a better mindset of, you know what, if I can't run, I'm gonna walk. If I can't walk, I'm gonna jog. So what are your thoughts on that? On anything that you picked up?
I definitely resonate with that feeling, man. Like when you first start off, it's just intimidating. I feel like one of two things has to happen. Either you have to have a strong enough emotional impetus to change your life overnight, which is more or less what I did. Like I just had a strong enough emotional impetus to say, I'm gonna get my shit together now. And I just did. Um, but I feel like the more practical way for the vast majority of people is just going back to that incremental improvement. Something like the general framework that I like to give people is every single month implement a new habit. So let's say, for
Okay.
example, you start right now, right? It's August now. Okay, let's say
Yeah.
this month you start taking cold showers. That's all you do. That's the only thing you do. Everything else is the same. You're not in the gym. You're on social media, whatever, but you're taking cold showers.
Yeah.
Okay, you're building up incremental discipline over time. Now, September, you're going to continue to take cold showers, but now you're going to delete social media. So, okay, so now you have
Okay.
two things that you're doing, and you're going to see incremental improvements, and you're going to have that carryover, you have that momentum going, and then you're going to use that momentum coming into October to start going to the gym, let's say 3 times a week. And you continue doing all of that, and you just keep going. You keep going on that
Yeah.
path, and by about the fifth or sixth habit that you implement, your life is going to be different. Your
Yeah.
your days are going to look completely different because you're utilizing your time differently. And like I said, time is your most valuable asset because you can't get more of it. You're leveraging your youth. You're leveraging your youth by starting now instead of trying to do everything all at once and continuously putting yourself into this space of just getting your shit together for 3 days at a time and then falling off completely because you don't have the foundation in place yet. You can't build without a foundation. You have to take it at the foundational level first. First, you got to check the soil, make sure that that shit is good, and that's like your mental health, just making sure that you're
Yeah.
good, like in that sense, in the intangibles. And then you build the foundation. So okay, now I need to figure out who I am. And then you start building floor by floor. You don't build a skyscraper in one day. I mean, you can't just like manufacture that shit at the factory and then just come and like drop that shit
Yeah.
on the foundation all at once. But you build it. You put the little support beams up, you fill it all in, one floor at a time. And I mean, shit, maybe like it might take 2 years. At the end of those 2 years, oh shit, we have a 27-foot skyscraper,
Yeah.
which can service a lot of people and be used for a lot of different things. So, again, to the point earlier about value, it's just building that up over time. And that applies to everything, man, like with self improvement or even with YouTube. Like I was saying earlier, the knowledge that I have now, like how to use Photoshop, different edits that I know how to do. Like there's a lot of things that I know how to building a website. Like there's a lot of things
Wow.
that I didn't just learn this stuff overnight. It took me a lot of time. But what I've learned is that if you can love the feeling of being intimidated, that's when you're
Yeah.
unstoppable. When you learn to love that feeling, because for one, you can look back from the incremental improvements and see that okay, I was intimidated, but I overcame it, so I can do it again.
Yeah.
That's what confidence really is. It's just you having made promises with yourself and having kept those promises, right? So it's okay. I love this feeling because I know that even though I'm intimidated right now, I only feel that way because I know I'm about to get better. I mean, this is going to
Okay.
require me to elevate myself in some way, shape, or form. And then a month from then, first, since you have that confidence, you'll work more efficiently and you'll learn more efficiently. And then you'll look back, you'll be like, damn, I did that. And now I can add that to my confidence as well. Like I said, it's all momentum based.
Nice. All right. I do want to check the comments out. They've been building up a little bit, but
For sure.
before I do that, I noticed that you dress really nice. You dress well
Appreciate you, man.
in your thumbnails. I saw recently you had a photo shoot with your white outfit.
Yeah.
Awesome outfit, man. Like a
Thank you.
James Bond. Just chilling, bro. Yeah,
Thank you.
you look really good. What are your thoughts on appearance, on looking well? You have nice skin. You have a nice body. You dress well. What are your thoughts on that? Looking nice.
So I feel like in my case in particular, just as a content creator whose brand is largely predicated on that, that is something that I take very seriously just because, it attracts people in. It brings people in and then I bring them in with that and then I keep them in the room with the message. But
Okay.
I feel like I have noticed that for one, when you take care of your appearance, you tend to be more confident. And you could talk about like the egoic aspect of just knowing that you look better. But I think there's also the self-care aspect of knowing that I'm taking care of myself. I'm going that extra mile. I'm doing that face mask every week. I'm doing my skincare routine every day without failure. Right. And I'm putting on my nice clothes because something that I used to do, man, this is something some of you may do this as well. I used to save my nice outfits. I'd be like, I'm not going to wear
Mhm.
that today. I need to save that for a special occasion. But
Yeah.
it's like the special occasion would never come. And so it's like I
Yeah.
just be out here wearing like wife beaters every day. And it's like, well, bro, your life, you were born or you woke up today. That's a special occasion. A lot of people didn't wake
Whoa.
up today. So like celebrate your life, bro. And I think that fashion and just it might not be fashion for you. It could be something else. Maybe you like tattoos or whatever. Find ways to honor your body. That's how I look at it. You're honoring your body, you're honoring your spirit by giving yourself the best. And that doesn't mean you need to break the bank, bro. Like I got this shirt's from H&M, this hat's from H&M. Like you don't have to break the bank to look nice, but just wear
Yeah.
clothes that are aligned with you and your personal style.
Yeah.
And in doing so, you'll have that confidence and that swagger, which will also feed into the other areas like success and relationships.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's really awesome. Yeah, like I liked what you said. You woke up, so celebrate that. And
Sure.
I did used to do that. Like I'm gonna save this out for that special day. and then that day would never come. It wouldn't.
Exactly.
So I'm glad. Something that inspired me to start dressing up was I watched James Bond. I'm getting into James Bond right now. I love the movies, the old movies too. I love the way he dresses. Every day he looks nice.
For sure.
And I noticed that, like, why is it that the successful guys dress up nice, but the unsuccessful people they don't? I'm like, nah, I don't think that's what it is. I don't think they started dressing up once they got successful. I think they just dressed nice, and then eventually they became successful.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, let me try that. So I started dressing up. Like, this is like an everyday outfit for me, and I feel good every day. I wake up, I put on a nice outfit, and it feels really. I feel good. I feel awesome. I'll just go cash a check, and I'll be the man. I walk in the man,
Yes, sir.
just to go walk into a bank. That's it. Like, not even going to like a party. Just for a regular day, I dress up. So yeah, I understand when you say like just to dress up, and we deserve it too. We deserve it.
For
Yeah.
sure.
All right. So let me check these comments out. All right, this one stuck to me. This I saw this one right away. How to be good on NoFab.
Okay. How to be good on
Yeah.
NoFap. So basically, that's a very broad question. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
ways I can answer that, but the one thing that I always tell people is self forgiveness. All right, and I'm gonna keep beating that into you guys' heads until you truly understand it and apply it in your lives, because that's literally the key. You have to forgive yourself. Because to my point earlier about you acting out your self perception, if you have the self perception that you're addicted to PMO and that you're weak minded, that you're, a slave to your temptations, your actions are going to reflect that subconsciously. For one, because I mean you're just going to relapse, but also you're going to put yourself in positions to relapse, right? And it might be you scrolling through Instagram and you look at that Instagram model for 1 extra second. And that extra second right now, you don't know it, but subconsciously, that's what makes you relapse later on, right? So it's just like little things like that. You have to really forgive yourself so that you can let go of all of the negative self talk and the negative self perceptions that are keeping you in that cycle, because your actions are going to reflect the way that you perceive yourself. So forgive yourself, and then from there, no fap just becomes natural. It's like, okay, I love myself, therefore I do no fap. Not I do no fap, therefore I love myself.
Okay. What do you mean by forgive yourself? Like, is this something you internally say? Like, all right, I forgive myself if I do it again. What do you mean by that?
It's more of just forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you've made in the past. Because a lot of people, man, when they relapse, they get down on themselves, bro. Especially if they've been
Yeah.
on NoFap for a while. I mean, you got finally got to 80, 90 days, and then you relapse, and people are just decimated. And if you pay attention, bro, most people when they relapse that first time, they just keep relapsing. It's all downhill from there because they get in their heads and they create that momentum. Just like you can create momentum in the positive direction, you can create negative
Yeah.
momentum as well. So you have to, first of all, forgive yourself for feeling bad about yourself. Forgive yourself for feeling bad about yourself. And then forgive yourself for doing what you did to make yourself feel bad about yourself. And that forgiveness enables you to shift your perception. And a lot of times, man, it might take that shadow work where you have to figure out, why am I so hard on myself to begin with? Right? Like, it's probably not just an issue solely predicated on nofap. It's probably contingent on other factors as well. You're probably hard on yourself in all aspects of your life. So
Yeah.
then it becomes a deeper issue of, why do I think this way about myself? Why do I feel this way about myself? So just go down the rabbit hole and figure out what event or what events caused you to start thinking, to start being so judgmental about yourself.
Okay. Awesome words that you said. Because a lot of young men do struggle with that, and it's something that maybe it's a little shamed. Maybe it's like half and half. It's shame, like, oh, you're a man, just get on with it. And it's also like we want to help the young man, help him out, because
Yeah,
I'm sure a majority of young men struggle with that. And I would like to give my thoughts on that,
for sure.
on NoFap and all that. I believe you said this on one of your videos. It's not like, and JT says it too. Like, it's not about the days, like, oh, 90 days I failed. It just becomes something you don't do. Like, yeah, I don't do it anymore. You said that once before, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, and I
lifestyle.
Yeah, there you go. You said it's a lifestyle, and I really like that you said that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the goal, anyways. Like I want to get to a point where like, well, you still do no fap. I want to get to like that's an awesome point to
Yeah,
be at, and it is possible. Some people may not believe it's not possible to stop being addicted and whatever and all that, but it is possible. It's crazy to say because I used to be like a junkie on that, but I don't know, something that just made me like stop doing it was, I guess, like all the just putting myself in those situations like, you know what, like nah, like I could be working out right now, or I could be journaling right now, I could be creating content. So I just started prioritizing, and I maybe that turned into forgiveness. Like, oh yeah, like it's okay if you did it in the past. Now you're on to better things. You learned a lesson. You went through mistakes. Self growth happened.
exactly.
Yeah, and we have comments in here. Um, I do want to interact with
For
the
sure.
viewers. All right, here we go. We have another one. How to stop procrastination. What would you say to that, Jordan?
So, it's a mindset shift. I made a video about this very recently, and the primary thing in that video is business before pleasure. To your point, you were just
Okay.
talking about this, just prioritizing what matters in your life, right? And you have to start thinking of your life in kind of just a logistical sense. Like, okay, what is the highest leverage activity that I could be doing right now? What's the highest leverage activity? Okay, me scrolling on social media, what is this doing for me? What am I going to get out of this?
Mm.
Probably nothing, right? Or any returns that you may get, any motivational posts you may see, it's all going to be negated by those 3 other hours that you spent where you didn't see shit or you didn't do shit. So figure out the high leverage activities and then create an itinerary, create a plan. I use a planner every single day, bro. I have certain things that I check off on my planner every day, and I do not go to sleep until those things are done. Or if nothing else, by the end of the week, everything on that planner is done. Sometimes I may have to postpone things, but I'm always going to make up for it. You have to create that schedule for yourself, bro. Figure out the high leverage activities and focus on doing those. Plan those out. If you have to time block, where you say from 9 to 10, I'm going to go to the gym. And that's what you do at that time. And then from 10 to 11, I'm going to eat and answer emails or something like that. So
Yeah.
just have a system in place and have that system and stick to it. Literally, like that's really, and a great way to do that, bro, to stick to the system is eliminating distractions. If you're off social media, if you're not playing video games, you unplug the system. I mean, you reach a point where it's like, what else is there to do? Like literally, like for me, procrastinating isn't really much of an option because what else am I gonna do except for the things that I need to do today?
Yeah.
Like it's like there's nothing else I can really do. Um, I mean, I'm not really into like going to the clubs or bars or like there's nothing to do except work.
Yeah.
So just put yourself in that type of situation, and you'd be surprised at how productive you can be. And also, I think a big part of the reason why people procrastinate, man, I don't think I said this in that video either, but people don't love what they do. I mean, like if you don't love what you do, then yeah, you're gonna put it off for as long as you possibly can. Like, dude, when I was
Yeah.
in college, believe me, I was a serial procrastinator, bro. But with YouTube, I'm on my shit because I like doing it. Like, I look forward to making videos. I look forward to doing interviews and stuff like this because I enjoy it. You know, like I enjoy doing this stuff. So why would I want to push it off? If I told you that, okay, I'm gonna get you a vacation. I'm gonna pay for you a 1 week long vacation to New York or some just wherever you might want to go. The
Yeah.
one destination you've always wanted to go to. You're not like you'd probably prefer if you could take that trip as soon as possible because you actually want to go. So it's like
Yeah.
do the things that you love to do. So it's a mix of doing the high leverage things and doing the things that you're passionate about. And over time, those two things will merge. Right now, maybe the high leverage things are meant to put you in a position where you can do the things that you love to do. For me, for example, maybe it was working in the past. So okay, I have to work. I have to go to work. I might have to even pick up an extra shift. But ultimately it helped me develop the leverage that I needed to put myself in a position where I could do YouTube full time. So just focus on those two things: the passion and high leverage activities.
That is true what you said. Ever since I've been posting videos on YouTube, it's like it's like eating something that will never fill my stomach up. It's like I'm always hungry because I love to do it. Like there's endless things I could talk about, endless videos I could make. I can never make the same exact video again, even when I think I would. Like, oh, this is gonna be similar to my other video, but none of my videos are exactly the same.
Yeah,
And I'm like, all right, well, this is something that I like to do, and I could create a bunch of content just on the same topic, self improvement, and it's something that I love to do. It's like never gonna end. I'm only gonna get better at making videos. I can't get any worse unless I stop posting. And yeah, just I used to not post a lot on my channel. It would be like I would post boom 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 every day for like 2 weeks, and then I'll stop, and I'll be like, nah, like this sucks. Like I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that post like every twice a month. Like I knew that wasn't gonna grow my channel, so now I've been posting every day, and I'm starting to love it. It's work, but it's satisfying when I create a video, and then especially when I get comments on the video. I'm like, wow, like I was not about to make the video, and then I decided to make the video, and now I have people commenting. Like, awesome.
yeah,
So that was awesome what you said about procrastination. Um, I'm looking through the comments, seeing if we got anything. We got someone said JT is an absolute amazing man. Meeting him was amazing. He was so genuine and tried to involve everyone. That is awesome that you got to meet
for sure,
JT Gorilla. That's
for sure,
awesome.
absolutely, man. This man, CEO of Gorilla, this guy's 13 years old, man.
Oh, okay.
13 years old. He was out there just in the mix, bro, with all of us.
Yeah,
It was
awesome.
great, man.
Tell me, was there a bunch of testosterone out there, all young men?
Yeah, man, we were getting it in, bro. We were out there on the beach, had the pull-up bars and everything, the rings.
Oh,
We
nice.
were
Y'all
out
worked
there,
out?
man. Yeah, it was more like sporadic. We were supposed to, I don't know what happened, bro. We were supposed to do a workout challenge, so 50 pull-up, 100 push-ups. We just, I don't know, it just didn't happen. But it was great, man. Like I'm gonna remember that day for the rest of my life, bro, for sure.
Nice. And y'all went to LA?
Yeah, it was in Santa
Oh,
Monica.
nice, bro. I've you said in one of your videos that you like LA. Didn't you visit? Haven't you visited there a couple times?
I've been there 5 times now.
Oh,
5 times.
nice,
I
nice.
love it
How
out
was it
there,
over
man.
there?
I love it. The
Yeah.
weather, I mean, it's just it was 75 degrees every day we were out there, bro.
Oh, nice. That's awesome weather.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you said in one of your videos that you're from Texas. That you live in
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
I live in Texas too, and well, we can relate to the heat.
Yeah. This shit
Crazy.
is just like it's a violation, bro. Like once we got back to DFW airport and we
Yeah.
walked outside, I was like,
You're
man,
like, nah.
this shit sucks, bro, for real.
Yeah. Well, we're different breed. We get our bodies are used to it.
Mine's
I'm
not.
sure.
I don't know. My shit
Nah.
never adapted, bro. It has never adapted.
Okay. All right. Well, looks like this is gonna be the end of the stream for me. I appreciated you. I really do appreciate you having you on here. You
For
shared a
sure.
lot of knowledge. Your channel is an inspiration to me. I'm sure it is to other people trying to grow their channels. You came a long way with your channel. I love your content, posting a variety of different stuff. A lot of stuff that not many YouTubers go over, and you're really vulnerable in your content, and that is truly amazing.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, this is the end of the live stream, and looks like that's it, man. Would you like to say anything to your viewers or to the viewers or anybody? Last
Um,
thoughts?
Man, I don't even do an outro for my own stream, so I never know what to say. I mean, I
Yeah,
could just give you guys the cliche, generic advice, but I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like we covered everything in this stream. Like, I feel like we gave all types of games. So, If you
Yeah.
guys are watching this live and you didn't watch the full thing, go back and watch the full stream from the beginning.
Mhm.
And for anybody who watched the stream after the fact and watched it all the way through to this point, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you for investing your time into us, because any time invested into me or my man Ethan right here, you are going to get that return on investment. That is one thing I can assure you of.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Jordan, for giving me this opportunity to interview you.
For sure, man.
I hope more things come towards you. You are an inspiration to the internet and people in real life. All right. Well, have a good one, man.
Yes, sir, man.
All right. See you later.
All right, bro.